This weekend marked a significant legal turning point, not a political drama. The testimony of Melania Trump before the Supreme Court has led to unprecedented judicial actions, merging evidence gathering with asset enforcement at the highest level. Here's the sequence of events. First, she was compelled to testify, subpoenaed in a case regarding asset freezes and presidential immunity. Notably, she chose not to invoke spousal privilege, a right she held under Trammell versus United States. Second, she voluntarily submitted evidence, Exhibit K, against her counsel's advice. This exhibit included her signature on financial transfer documents dated after a court-ordered asset freeze, enhancing the weight of her testimony. Third, within hours of her testimony, the Supreme Court issued emergency seizure orders, indicating a perceived risk of asset flight, especially after attorneys attempted overseas travel. Fourth, the government filed criminal referrals against 3 attorneys involved, escalating the legal front and targeting the framework that facilitated the alleged misconduct. The evidence falls into 3 categories. First, financial transaction records showing $847 million in wire transfers from joint accounts to offshore entities after a federal freeze. Second, contemporaneous communications, including handwritten notes from the witness about the transfers. Third, corroborative authentication, with bank confirmations verifying the fund movements. The legal implications are significant. The witness's voluntary waiver of privilege and submission of evidence weakens arguments of coercion, shifting the defense focus to credibility. The Supreme Court's swift action from testimony to enforcement is a landmark development, suggesting a readiness to use its authority for immediate relief in obstruction cases. The criminal referrals for the advising attorneys indicate a strategy to dismantle the enabling infrastructure, likely focusing on obstruction of justice or conspiracy charges. The seizure of $1.2 billion in assets pre-conviction highlights the government's aggressive use of civil forfeiture tools. The immediate fallout creates an operational crisis for the defense, with attorney departures suggesting panic and raising flight risk concerns. This event sets a formidable precedent. The Supreme Court will act swiftly against contempt. Spousal privilege won't shield voluntarily surrendered evidence, and legal counsel are now targets in financial obstruction cases. The next steps are clear: arraignment of the attorneys, a Supreme Court hearing for permanent seizures, and defense motions to suppress testimony. This is now a procedural contest, shifting focus from public opinion to the intricate details of federal criminal procedure and asset forfeiture law. The system is operating in its most technical and relentless mode.
Anatomy quiz. Question 1. Which part of the heart pumps oxygenated blood to the body? Follow and like the video. Answer. Left ventricle. Question 2. What is the hardest substance in the human body? Answer. Tooth enamel. Question 3. How many bones do adult humans have? Answer. 206. Question 4. What part of the brain regulates breathing and heartbeat? Answer. Medulla oblongata. Question 5. What do lungs absorb from the air? Write me the correct answer in comment. Question 6. Which blood vessels carry blood away from the heart? Answer. Arteries. Please follow me if you want like this video more.